No.
Why does that sound chunky like ice going through it?
It didn't build any pressure. Something froze and
So I think we heard the circulator kick in.
No, I came in here and I heard it running, so I just looked over. I was like, oh, because what I did was I came over. I was like, oh wow, the collector's at 190. Man, that's really high. That should be nice and warm on this incoming pipe. I was like, that's cold. Out pipe is the same temperature.
Oh, okay.
And then I determined it wasn't circulating.
Okay, so for since last Thursday, we've had Arctic temperatures here in the Northeast.
And I had it set, so I shouldn't have done that. So now I'm just ticked.
And he noticed that the solar wasn't really running. And then he noticed that the tank is at 200 degrees, which is a little warm. And it's not building pressure. So, yeah, it's always something pulling us away from projects. We are Gordon and Carissa. Our friends and family say we take on some crazy projects. Maybe. With the kids grown, graduated, and half married off, it's just us, my mom, and our cat Wilbert. With extra time, we started photo and video documenting. We hope you enjoy our projects as much as we do. Was it the pecs?
Oh yeah. Hopefully that's all that's bad. We don't know until we get it all hooked up.
It's actually beautiful out.
Nice.
Up.
This could have burst in here.
Okay.
If this is where the freeze throws happen, and it could have burst something in here.
We used a low, it was like Arctic low antifreeze because, you know, our storms here in the Northeast, the worst ones are the nor'easters, and they literally just come across at an angle because this house is facing true south. So Gordon actually worked 3 shifts in a row. He went to work on Thursday, and the low temps were already pretty much here. And then he worked Thursday night, and then he worked Friday. And Thursday night, the winds just howled, first out of the west, and then they shifted to the north, and then by morning they were coming in from the east. Uh-oh, did it break?
Oh, it broke up there after I made my cut.
Why are they so...
Because they're thin, so if you hit them from the side, they snap.
Look at that. That's solid ice in there. Oh, you can see that. I'll go over there. Solid ice under that snow right there. Let me get out of your way, honey. Oh! Oh, it's snowing. You all right?
Slide in the snow.
Oh.
Here.
Yes.
There you go. Not reaching any further.
No, don't do that. Oof. Okay. You doing that on purpose? Go the other way.
Get stuff out of my way.
All right. Okay. I think he's doing it on purpose. All right. You're on the ladder. Don't. Oh.
It was here if I went to move the ladder.
It was here. I had to get rid of it.
It was going to fall on my head if I didn't get rid of it from there.
Is it cold up there?
Let's go see what we got.
Okay. Ooh, 218?
Yeah, I'm not going to put water in that collector right now. I'm going to let the sun go
17.
down.
It's going down. That's scary.
Because if I hit it and it, you know, with this water, it will probably vaporize the water.
Okay, so explain to me what's going on right now, concerns.
That pipe has a...
What pipe?
The PEX pipe has a reasonable burst strength, higher than I'd experience, up to 200 degrees-ish, you know, 195, 200. But it drops off rapidly as it heats up, the burst pressure. And the water boils at 212. You're like, okay, you know, it'll be all right. But you start putting water under pressure, and it boils at a higher temp. So what happens is the water doesn't vaporize until it's a higher temp, because it's under 20 pounds of pressure or whatever it is, which I don't know what that relates to the boiling point. But you have water that's probably, you know, 220, 230, 250, I don't know. And when the collector finally says, or the water finally says, okay, at this pressure, I'm going to turn to steam. It starts turning to steam. It pushes that super hot water to the PEX pipe. And when that super hot water gets to the PEX pipe, that lowers the burst temperature. But because you're turning to steam, you're spiking your pressure. And when you spike your pressure and you've reduced your burst price, the pipe up there bursts. 15 psi could get us up to 230 degrees. It's the same principle. We need to kill botulism. You need what temperature?
Oh, 240.
So, and in this area,
We're at over 1,100 feet.
in this area, we only need 15 psi to get that water pressure over that steam. You know, that pressure canning.
Yeah.
You're boiling at over 240.
Okay.
You know, because that's what you need to kill botulism, and we need to have a 15-pound weight.
Okay.
So when I add 15 pounds up there, my pressure, my temperatures actually have to be able to withstand at least 240, and the PEX doesn't handle the 240. I've been looking, and they make it like an aluminum line PEX, but I don't know if that will do it either. I thought it'd be great if they could make like the washing machine hose with the braiding on the outside.
Yeah.
A braided PEX.
That'd be sweet.
Because that would hold the pressure, and the PEX, you know, it's really just the pressure it's not handling, you know, and at the higher the temperature, the lower the pressure goes. And then, you know, if I could get a pipe that could handle the 250 degrees temperature at, it's not a high pressure, it's only up there, it's like only 20 psi, but it spikes if it turns to steam, and then your pressure, and it should have blown the pressure relief valve down here. The thing is, before it gets high enough pressure down here to blow this pressure relief valve, which is what I thought it would do. I didn't think it would damage the pipe up there. I thought it would just blow the pressure relief valve down here. It's bursting the pipe. So it's come down to 213 up there.
All right. So you're not wanting to add any water because it could turn to steam and burst
Yeah,
the pipe.
it could turn to steam instantly, which will spike our pressure and
burst it
reburst
again.
something. I know. At the same token, is if there's a hole in the pipe and we do it now, then we're just going to know where the hole is because it's going to blow a ton of steam out. So you know. It's like,
Oh, well, maybe we should do that.
but if it's not broken, it could break it.
And so now we're okay.
Yeah. So you know, kind of a. Yep. I think when it gets down right below 190, it'll probably be safe.
So are we running the circulator now?
It is. I'm going to unplug it because that's how I have to shut the circulator down. Otherwise, the circulator gets quite hot, which it was.
Okay.
The water, believe it or not, even the hot water going through there cools it down. But if you'll notice that, again, it's on the cool side, the return side.
Yeah.
So that way that water temperature in there should never get over our tank temperature, and our tank temperature should never be over 200 degrees.
Okay.
You know, because it's going to take the heat out of the collector. So even if the collector's putting in a water temp of, you know, 220, 240, if we could get those temps, the tank will absorb that temperature and reduce it to around, you know, probably actually lower because we're hot water. We don't want to have a mixing valve so that can cool the water.
And you said this had a winter package or a winter feature?
Yes, I have not only put antifreeze, this can say, hey, when the collector's below a certain temperature, turn the circulator on, and that will cause it to actually circulate warm water because it'll take heat out of the tank through the collectors, which I had it set to. But I think what happened is that where the temperature sensor is in the collector head, and the pipes between the collector heads must have gotten cold enough to prevent the flow of water. Okay. I'm not going to say it froze solid because they have, on their antifreeze, they have a pumpability rating and a burst protection rating. Well, I looked at the burst protection rating, but I think what happened was it congealed enough to not pump through, and I'm thinking it was between the two collectors.
Okay.
But it could have been after both the collectors. I'm not really sure where it got where it wasn't pumping. And then it couldn't go one way and it went the other way and burst that pipe. I don't know. It shouldn't have come back this way because I have a flow, but I do have a pressure tank here, and there's the flow valve there. Now the flow valve should have kept it from coming back this way to a certain extent. Now, is it continuing to cool down? We got a little bit of circulation.
143. It was at 146 not even a minute ago.
Okay, now let's hopefully hear air come out of the air vent. Come on, air. We definitely have nice hot water here, and that pipe is too hot to hold on to 130. Of course, coming out of the tank I can because the tank is only at 80. So we've been doing well. We got the tank up to 80.
I mean, down to 80. Didn't
up
we
to
have...
80. It's been down to 60 over the...
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it gets down because the winter time.
Yeah. I'm only running it because something might happen.
It's just a hard thing to push all that air down through the whole coil before it can start coming back up to go by the air vent.
How do we know it's working and not just locked?
The temperature's going down up there.
So it needs to match what's in the tank?
if there wasn't water circulating, I don't think it would be dropping as quick as it is, and that we have a pretty hot pipe going in,
Okay.
and a nice cool pipe. So it's circulating, but I don't know how much air we got out of the system.
How dangerous is air?
It's just it won't circulate properly if you have air in the line.
Mm.
So it's not dangerous now, it's dangerous if it
Like,
doesn't...
can you have an air bubble in the line and then water's like sort of escaping by it on the bottom?
Well, a little bit. You know, you can get some air bubbles, but you get too much, it just won't circulate properly. There's different styles, but there's this style here with this vent cap. The other boiler has a different system, but they're both designed to capture small, and they're really meant to capture like small air bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
and then slowly vent them out when they collect in here. That
It's gonna be hard to hear now over the boiler. I hear air in that line.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of air in that line. Well, probably when I was running this pump, some of the pressure came down some. But if the pressure comes down some, doesn't mean necessarily that I have a leak right now. As the air comes out, you know, you can compress air.
Yeah.
So when you get a small pocket of air out, you could lose a lot of pressure because you can't compress any of the, you're not compressing any of the liquid. Liquid's
Oh,
not
I see.
compressed. So, you know, all of a sudden you get a balloon of air come out, and now that space can be filled with water and it's not compressed, you know. Anyways, so I guess we won't know till it cycles through.
How long to cycle through?
Well, if there's no sun
There's sun out there right now.
on the collectors,
Maybe I would have to go up and look. We cut all those trees, so we have a lot more sun and longer time frame than we usually do.
I know, it's good.
All right, so how's it doing?
Well, I manually turned it on, and I keep getting air bubbles working their way. I can hear them. You just missed one coming down through.
Good.
So that's good because it means we get circulation. I haven't heard the air vent any of the air bubbles.
What's the temperature? 83. All
It was
right.
86 when I came in.
Oh,
So
it's making its way.
I've knocked it down. It's yelling at me.
Still holding pressure.
Because it's on manual, so it's yelling at me. And the more air you get out, the less turbulent the water is, the faster it will flow, the more efficient it is.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the more air it can move down through, because it's moving quicker, so it can pull more, and pull it down from the top. It's down to almost, what, 20? We had it up at almost 40.
Yep.
So I might have an attack some more in it. It's still circulating.
So in theory, you could just leave this on another hour.
Well, it should hopefully, the longer it runs, work its stuff out. That's the nice thing with the
Oh,
auto.
it went up 73 or 70. Oh,
Well,
it was 74 for a
it's
second.
gonna take heat out of the tank right now and just distribute it through, so it's gonna kind of equalize. You know, and the sensor in the tank is not the coldest temperature in the tank. The temperature sensor's like here. The coldest temperature's at the bottom. So that's telling you that, you know, it's possibly the bottom of the tank's down in the 70s.
Okay, because they're
Maybe
circulating.
even lower. You know, the top of the tank might be over 80, because like I said, I think I got that temperature sensor down near the middle of the tank, so it's about here.
Mm-hmm.
So the top of the tank could be a fair bit higher.
All right, well, what's the plan, man?
Well,
What time is it?
it's been almost 15 minutes. Do we dare want to wait, go and do it, or wait another 5 minutes?
Wait
or so?
another 5.
Okay. And then I figure we'll try and get that cabinet in place, then I think I'll come shut this off.
Okay. Okay, here's the story with the cabinetry. We picked up this off Craigslist, and it was, let's see, 5 years ago. And the kid that was hired to do the clean out, it was a couple towns south of us. Pretty nice house, pretty comparable to this one actually, but it was a HUD home, so much like this one. And he didn't get back to me. He was frustrated because, in his words, I couldn't get the damn countertop, so we broke it apart.
Get them off.
And I don't know, maybe y'all know what you're looking at there. That's like pretty high end. Was pretty high end. I mean, that's like, they don't even do it that thick anymore, I don't think. It's Corian. So he wanted 500. I said, well, it doesn't come with any countertop. That'll be 300. So we bought all these cabinets, and there's actually cabinetry that's not in this kitchen. In the bathroom, actually, for $300. Yes, we had to go get them, but that's all right. Yeah, they had ovens. in that unit, hence the little hole in the back and a big drawer in the bottom for your pots and pans. So I think it was a good find, and it's not everybody's taste, but I thought it was pretty cool looking. Sorry, I didn't drop you there. So now Gordon says we should take the top off, and I agree. Then we know for sure it's level and lined up with this one.
This is like a key piece. We can't damage this.
We can't damage this piece. It's actually, we need to glue this. The laminate's already delaminating.
Kind of really makes the kitchen.
Yep. I love this Dremel. This thing's cool. It's okay.
So we can see they have glue here and here. They don't seem to much here out here. So I'm going to try and just cut at least a little bit of the glue out.
You're referring to the yellow?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get in very far with this, but we'll see how far down we can get right in here.
Because they did 2 layers, I mean, there's even a chance that there's a screw down through that, right?
I suppose. I didn't think of that, but I suppose they could have. How does this thing work again?
What did you say? How's this thing work again? Sounds very angry.
I think the blade was coming loose. Tighten that back up.
So you were cutting counter.
I'd rather cut the counter than the cabinetry.
True story.
So
So I think there's an adjustment on the...
we can do different speeds.
Yeah.
Was the
Oops,
speed
sorry.
bad?
No, I don't know. I was just putting it out there.
Overheating it, so it's melting the cabinetry.
You smell it. Yep, doing it. Woohoo!
Trying to get a little flex on it.
Finally. It's only been 5 years. If you want to get it through that.
I think I don't want to damage the
door?
cabinetry, so I think what I'm going to do is get the other blade. I think it extends further.
Oh,
A
yeah.
little bit deeper into there. See how much longer that is?
It is. Look at that.
Because I wanted the
Longer.
rounding to start
Way
with.
longer, yep.
But I think then I'll have to just kind of dive into certain places now and try to get a little more depth. This blade is probably pretty hot, so I may not want to touch it too much.
Yeah. That's smoke.
Yeah, I don't want
Not dust, that's smoke.
to start a fire here.
Oh my sakes. Woo! Oh my word.
But are we ripping the
Probably.
top apart
No.
a little bit? Yeah, a little bit right there. Ripping part of it apart. I mean, if we end up with a small hole back in there, that's not the end of the world. Oh wow, they didn't even glue anywhere. It's just way back in this area.
Yep.
Yeah, and I did rip a pretty good chunk out. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, what we're gonna do here. I just want to make sure I'm not blowing the face of this thing off.
Well, the glue goes down over the edge of the face, so I feel like you are going to end up, you can see it. It like, just, there's a whole glob of it. So chances are you are, but won't the countertop cover
Go ahead
it?
and hold this so it doesn't tip. I'm going to be pushing it in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably will. Okay. Don't push down too much. Just keep it because I don't want it to squeeze on the blade.
Okay.
I just, when I push in, I don't
Yep.
want it tipping over.
Got my knee on it. Holy smokes. How's the back of that look? Yeah.
That glue is quite something.
Yeah, I'd
I
say.
think they use construction adhesive, not contact cement.
What would you normally use?
Don't know. Construction adhesive seems to work.
You can see the color was beautiful. I remember
The
pictures.
marbleized.
Oh, it was so
If
gorgeous.
we could match that, we'd love to.
Yeah, that's the plan.
We did lose a little bit of the fascia of the veneer on this side, I think, or is that glue on top
It's
of
the
it?
glue. I wonder if I could very carefully.
Yeah, we can open those up now.
Remember those epoxy knives, the rubber ones?
Right.
I wonder if that would. I wonder if I could soften the glue somehow.
With the heat gun.
Yeah.
Because this got to be glued. We got to be careful of that. Let's try this. I'll hold that.
Oh, metal! You're freaking me out.
Gotta be careful because this piece is actually loose. It's not laminated properly. See?
Oh.
Yep. I see
You're
that.
losing it. Well, Gordon works on that. I'm gonna go see if I can find this contact cement.
It's in the glues and adhesive box.
Ah, okay. Wow, you did a nice job, hon.
Getting close. Gotta be patient with it.
Yeah. This was the 80s that house was built that we got it from. So my guess is these were put in new. And probably 2023. So what were we selling? The guy came in and bought from us and he says, "Oh, I know exactly what that is," because he was a cabinet salesperson.
Oh yeah.
What was it? What did he bought something from us. I was hoping he'd be able to match for those end plates that we have that are missing.
All right, so that goes like that.
All right, what's the best way to?
Have you read the directions for contact cement?
No.
There's a whole process you have to follow.
Oh, good Lord. There's always a process.
There's a
All right,
process.
let me look into it. All right, this stuff says I'm supposed to put it on both surfaces and I have to let it set for 15 minutes approximately or until it is glossy.
Or loses its gloss?
I'll read it again after. Whew, that's quite the smell.
Oh, it's great stuff.
It's like stringy,
I know.
very
Fun.
stringy. Make sure I don't get it all over the face of it. Okay, now for the cabinet.
Challenge is how far down can you get, right?
I got pretty far. Felt pretty good about it. Big thing is not getting it on the face of the cabinet. Oop. Ooh, should I use my hand? Probably not.
Yeah, it'll come off. It has to dry first, and it feels like skin.
Oh, does it? Okay,
Like
good. That's
skin
good to
peeling
know.
off your hand.
Okay, good.
It's kind of weird.
So, let dry until glossy,
Okay. I thought it was glossy when it came out.
but not over 2 hours. 15 minutes approximately, but not over 2 hours. Carefully align the surfaces, blah, blah, blah. Oh, what a mess. Oh, it's making it worse. Okay, let me go find something to do that with. Is this water soluble?
I don't think so.
Just trying to
clean off the surface.
No, I'm trying to get it off the cap. It was like all over the screw cap area. I want to be able to open it again. That's why I was like, I got it all over myself. All right, it's all cleaned off, so we should be able to open it again.
You never used that as a kid?
Rubber cement or cement contact cement? No.
It's the same. I think it's the same as rubber cement.
I don't recall.
You kind of wait for it to get sticky and then you kind of peel it. It might come off in like skin.
It's very sticky. I gotta say.
I remember in art class.
Art class, they gave you rubber cement.
We were doing some kind of
No
project.
wonder your generation likes to sniff glue.
We take it, you'd spread a little bit, and you spread around a little puddle right there. You spread it out, you let it dry a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once it's at the right thing, you start to clean it, and it kind of sticks to itself, and you roll it into a little ball.
Oh my.
And when you got it into a ball, they were probably bouncier than a super ball you get.
Seriously?
And you take them and you throw them. You could get really tiny ones. And teacher's like, where's that coming from?
Oh my word. Does it look glossy to you?
I think maybe it's been at least 15.
The light's hard down here at night.
It's been at least 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's do it. 'Cause I know it's dry in here. And that everything's drying very quickly. I'll put a piece of tape around that to hold it in place.
We can.
Let me grab some. Or that. Yeah, look at that. Just pull right off.
It's funky stuff.
It's all over my hands, and I can feel it stretching and popping off. It's like, yeah.
Between, sniffing it and throwing it around and stuff. I mean, it was great, great stuff. What do you think?
Looks really good. This is further out than that one.
Same on both sides of it.
Let's see if it's the same. Down. No, it's pretty flush down here.
All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to be holding this in.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to try and get some screws in this sucker without it pushing apart. It's going to be hard because we can't really clamp it much here
Okay.
without taking the doors off. Which, we could take the doors off, but
I feel like you're adding work.
I'm trying not to. That's
Mm-hmm.
other cabinetry I discovered if I used these screws here, they did not go through the other cabinet side.
Oh, yes. Maybe we should have done the bottom first.
Okay, are we lined up on the top? Hopefully I was, because
Yeah.
we weren't watching that. Might have to take that
That's
out.
why I said maybe we should have done the bottom first.
Might have to take that one out. You can't reuse that way. Let's see how they feel on the bottom. I can't feel yours. I don't know, the door or something. But this other side feels pretty damn good.
This is fine. But yeah, the top, it's leaning that way. How's the top on that side?
It feels like it's leaning
That way?
this way.
Yeah.
Let's take it out.
Yep. Put the bottom in first before you take it out. No?
I'm wondering if I do that and we go pull it back, is it going to
okay.
tweak something? I'm just going to get the screw started into this layer. Stand by. Okay.
Did it?
Not yet. Now you lined up on top.
I feel like I am.
Check this side on the bottom.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it feels really nice here. I'm going to set so that I'm putting good pressure in together.
Good?
I hope so.
Done?
Now we're going to put a couple on top.
Hurry.
Because I can't go to the same place because that
Yep.
will just... So we'll put one right over here.
Okay. Fine, but
Did
It is
they go
flush.
apart?
they didn't go apart. They just aren't as tight as last time.
Let's try to pull this side.
Yeah.
Get another screw.
Stop.
They go apart?
Oh, well, not still together. Go ahead. Keep going now. And yeah, it blew apart, and then now it's together.
That's why
That's really nice and tight, but this one did not.
Without a clamp, it's almost impossible to get them.
Let me stand on that side and do that. I don't know if it's too late.
I think it is. This little piece, it's catching up here. That's why it didn't go any further.
Oh, okay.
So unless I pull this stuff here out like that. Oh, maybe that wasn't it. I'll try to just tighten the screw a little more. You can pull on it. Let's see if it pulls together anymore. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
Better. Much better.
Okay.
Well, right down the middle.
Yeah, looks like it. Well, I'm not gonna complain about that. It's in the line. It's not perfectly centered, but it's in the line, right?
Yep, it's high on the end.
Which isn't a bad thing.
It just means that the doors will shut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can live with that.
All right. I kind of want to push us a little further to vacuum and put us back with the flooring.
Okay, just to be clear, we only have 3 pieces here that are going to be the same because now this is moved. We're going to have to rescribe that corner rounding.
We moved that much.
Probably.
Yeah,
And
never mind. We'll do that
that's
another
a
day.
possibility, but it's 5 o'clock.
I think we're done.
And we started down here at like 8 or 9, so we've had a good day. We went up, we fixed some solar. I think we have a ladder to bring inside.
We have a lot of cleanup still.
I don't hear any more air running
No.
through it, so I think I'm going to shut down, but I'm going to bump the frost setting up just to be safe. Adjusted antifreeze temperature is exceeded by 2 degrees. The loading circuit will be deactivated. When the interface function is activated, the little flashing
You got that, right?
So we have to find the OCF collector. These are the differentials between the tank and the collector, so it knows when to go on and off. We're looking for the OCC.
That one?
Oh, it was off.
No, it was OCF.
F. Let's see
There.
again. Yeah, so it's on, so it's right. Oh, see, I had the OCR. I had it kicking in because I thought my antifreeze would be fine.
CTR.
The CFR. That was, I had that at 0, so at 0 degrees it would have kicked in, which I did hear it kick in, but that was too low. So let's take it up to 20. There you go.
Thanks for watching. We're done. It's kind of been an awful day and a wonderful day all at once.
Yeah, we found a bunch of issues, got them resolved, and got a little bit of cabinetry hung.
See you next Sunday.